How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Unknown Chapter. Today we're going to be doing a video. Today I'm going to be doing my most underrated Premier League 11. Everyone understands what's the most underrated Premier League 11. It's essentially what I think the most underrated Premier League players are this season. So let's get right into the video. So guys, let's start with the goalkeeper. In the goalkeeper position, I got Jose Sa. Okay, yes, this might be a controversial opinion. Okay, everyone's thinking, what the fuck? Are you not going for Emilio Martinez? Okay, Emilio Martinez is a very good player, but I think he's gone over the underrated scene. I think everyone respects him to a decent level. I think a lot of people could put him down as some of the best Premier League keepers. But the reason why I went with Jose Sa is very underrated. This Portuguese goalkeeper who's recently joined Wolves is very good, and I feel like he's the most complete goalkeeper in the Premier League. It might be a very controversial opinion. He can sweep very well. He's very good at doing the basics of goalkeeping, diving, getting very low, maintaining the correct position when someone's take a shot, and he has some of the most clean sheets in the Premier League. And a team like Wolves, they're not like the greatest team. He's made some very crucial saves and kept them in very crucial games, and I feel like that's why I went for Jose Sa. I don't feel like I have to say anything else for Jose Sa on goalkeeper position. I just feel like personally is watching Wolves and seeing how much clean sheets he's got, I feel like he's the right player for that position. So let's move on to the two centre backs. So the first centre back, I got Joe Matip. And yes, Joe Matip has been unreal this season. I'm saying he's been unreal. Whenever Liverpool playing, okay, yes, he's not been unreal, but whenever he's playing, he defends to a very good standard. And a lot of people put Virgil Van Dyke over him. And yes, I can understand why people put Virgil Van Dyke over him, because Virgil Van Dyke is very good. He's very fast. He's the most complete centre back in the Premier League. He's fast, he's strong, he's agile, he can do everything. But Joe Matip, a lot of people don't think, because ever since Virgil van Dijk come, their partnership has been Virgil van Dijk and Joe Matip. And I feel like in order to have a complete defending team, you need two centre backs. And I feel like Joe Matip sometimes has been on the same level, as good as Virgil van Dijk. He's been sweeping very well. His positioning is very good. He doesn't get caught out. And sometimes when Van Dijk pushes forward and they get caught out, he's the guy to make sure that he does. The fire has been put out, and I feel like Joe Matip has been very good and very crucial for Liverpool this season. Last season, when they didn't have Joe Matip, when they had Caban and who the fuck they had at centre back, you could see how shaky they were. And I feel like that's why this season, when Joe Matip came back and Virgil van Dijk came back, they made a clear difference, and that's why I'm going for one of my centre backs is Joe Matip. Another centre back has to be Lewis Dunk. Do you have to say anything? Lewis Dunk is in everyone's underrated Premier League team. Like, this guy every season is just a fantasy Premier League merchant. Week in, week out, he gets multiple stoppages, he gets points no matter what, and he's been very crucial for Brighton. Ever since he's come into Brighton, he's always been that guy you can rely on. He always makes challenges, always makes sure there's clean sheets, always his positioning is great. You can't not like him. He's very good at what he does, and every year he might not be the best one. There might be so many other centre backs above him, but he's one which you can always rely on to make sure he has very good stats. And I feel like he should get moved to one of the big Premier League teams, but because he's an English player, everyone knows that English players in the Premier League are overinflated for what they are. So let's move on to right back. So in right back position, I'm gonna go for Reece James. He has to be Reece James. Like, Reece James is probably top 3 right backs in the Premier League. For me, he has to go Trent, Kyle Walker, then Reece James. The reason why I put Trent and Kyle Walker above him, because they have experience, and Trent very good going forward. Very defensively, he sometimes get caught out, but even then he's very good in what he does. Kyle Walker has been in the Premier League for such a long time. You can't doubt him. He's been doing it week in, week out for England, for Man City in the league, Champions League. And Reece James, ever since Thomas Tuchel's come in, he's actually changed his game on a different level. Like, the way he attacks right now. When Chelsea first started in the league, they were scoring goals after goals, because he was the assisting into Lukaku, Werner, all the different people. And at one point he had like 4 assists, like 3 goals. He was unreal. And ever since Chelsea lost him due to injury, you can see how much this crucially affected him. Like, Cesar can't do anything what he can do, and Emil Malanga Sarr can't do the same thing he does. So So I feel like Reece James has to be there. And my left back position, that's only be one guy. That's Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell, ever since he came into Leicester, ever since he's been in Leicester, then transitioned into Chelsea, he's always been someone you can count on. Like this season, okay, yes, Reece James was doing all the assisting, but I'm telling you, Ben Chilwell can go up and down the pitch very well. And there was doubt that is he going to be the right man for Chelsea? And ever since he's been injured, you can see how what's his name, Marcos Alonso can't do the same thing what Ben Chilwell can do for Chelsea. When Reece James and Ben Chilwell were there, they were attacking, they were pushing, they were putting balls into the box, making sure that they gave a new kind of thing. And how the 5-3-2 system can be very, very crucial in the Premier League, because when you have your fullbacks going up, they can give a new form of playman movement into the box, allowing more space and allowing the defense of another team, they don't know what to do because they're so wide and there's so many people overwhelming them with attack. You can't do anything. So that's why it has to be Ben Chilwell. And sorry guys, before I didn't tell you what formation I was playing before. It has to be a 4-3-3. I love a cheeky 4-3-3. It's a very good formation. So the 4-3-3 I'm doing is with one CDM, two centre mids, and then a left wing, right wing, and a striker. So let's go on to my CDM. In the CDM position, there only has to be one person, Declan Rice. Declan Rice has been very, very underrated this season. I swear, ever since Declan Rice has been in West Ham, and ever since David Moyes has been there, every year they're always leveling it up. Every year they're going one step above. Like last year, Declan Rice was a own different player to this season. This season, he pushes forward way more. He gives West Ham something which he didn't give last season. Last season, they relied on Jesse Lingard, someone like a Jared Bowen, or someone like a Souček, like a Soufal, all of them. So or like a Said Benrahma, that's what they relied on. But this season, they still rely on those players. But Declan Rice coming in, he's giving that more. He's going forward more. He's pushing more forward. And even then, he's staying back his position. He's a very complete box-to-box number 9. I don't know what else I can say about him. Like, he's been very good at what he does. You can't. I feel like he's probably top 3 center defensive mid in the Premier League right now, and West Ham are not like a team which is like really crazy. I feel like David Moyes has done a very good thing, and all the players are listening to his vision and have the same vision as him. So I feel like it has to be Declan Rice for me in that position. And then the two center mids, the first center mid, I'm gonna go for Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher, very good for Crystal Palace, and I feel like in the next couple of years he's going to get a move to a bigger Premier League club. I feel like what Conor Gallagher has done for Patrick Vieira, like they didn't have the best start in the Premier League, but ever since then, Crystal Palace has been a very tough team to beat. Like Liverpool yesterday when they played Crystal Palace, even though the scoreline might seem that Liverpool dominated the 3-1, I feel like the game was in moments, and I feel like on any day the moments could have changed. The moments could have easily gone from Liverpool side to to Crystal Palace. And I feel like Conor Gallagher, he's been a crucial guy in the center mid position. I feel like he's been doing all the playmaking for them. He's been giving it to Benteke, Ayew. He's been giving to Ezek Ake, I believe that's his name. He's actually been very good, and getting a call up for England recently is a very huge thing. And you can see how Gareth Southgate and everyone in England can know that he's a player which is for the future. And I feel like 21, 22, he can easily become the man for the future. And getting England calls so early really shows that how good he's become. Because when there's so many centre mid in the England possession, and getting called up for England is not an easy thing. And then my last centre mid has to be Emilio Smith-Rowe. The reason why I think Emilio Smith-Rowe is a very good bowler, and ever since he's come through the Arsenal Youth Academy, he's been very, very good. And also this season, they've been very decent. Okay, a lot of Arsenal fans think sometimes Mikel Arteta is one step forward, 2 steps back, but Mikel Arteta is going in the right position, like in the right way. Not position going the right way. Like last season, he was on the burst of losing his job. What position they finished was 7th. They didn't really win anything. His job was on the line. But this season, he's made the right differences. He's made sure that he gets the right signings. I feel like Saka has come really well, and Tomiyasu's coming really well for them. But I feel like Smith Rowe has been very good. I feel like Smith Rowe can really up the Arsenal thing, and signing what's his name, Odegaard, and Odegaard into the team just gives them such an attacking thing. And ever since I've been watching Arsenal recently, last year they struggled. This year they've had problems with Aubameyang, but whenever they don't have Aubameyang, they've been playing well. And I feel like that's due to Smith Rowe, because he's such a good thing. His feet are very well, and the way he's adapted as a player, you cannot. I feel like he's been probably Arsenal's best player this season. I feel like he gives something new to Arsenal which they didn't have previously. I feel like he attacks really well, and he knows how to play for the badge. I feel like some people are too good to play for the badge. Some people is their ego over the thing, but for him, because he's young, he wants to prove himself, so he's giving 110% for the team no matter what. So I feel like for my CDM was Declan Rice, my 2 centimeters were Conor Gallagher and Emil Smith Rowe. Guys, if you think I'm capping, please put in the description, put in the comments, who do you think is being the best 3 centimeters, 1 CDM and 2 centimeters, the most underrated one, and even tell me a defense as well. But let's move on to the attack. The attack is where the most crucial is. So let's go on to right wing. In right wing, there just has to be one position. It has to be Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva for Man City. Oh my God, this man is unreal. When I'm just gonna say one thing, when Man City played PSG, when the kid ran into the pitch, whose t-shirt did he also? He could also have Mbappe's name was Messi's. He asked for Bernardo Silva, and that clearly shows the way which Man City are going. There's a reason why Man City are right now. How much? I think they are 7 points clear or 8 points clear. Okay, it's Liverpool 1 game in hand, but even then, they're like 8 points clear for a reason, because it's been unreal season for them. Everyone has been doing madnesses for them. Raheem Sterling, Bernardo Silva, João Cancelo, all of them. But I feel like Bernardo Silva, at the end of last year when they lost the Champions League, everyone thought Bernardo Silva was going to be one of those guys who's Pep's going to get rid of. He was about to the verge of getting out of the club, but oh my God, guess what he's done? He's done what Aguero did. When Pep first came in, Aguero was about to get kicked, was about to get let go, but he proved himself, and Bernardo Silva has proved himself. The feet, the goal, the assists he's been getting, he's been giving something new for Man City, which I knew Bernardo Silva was a very good player. Like he's very good with his feet, he's very good, but like I thought there's so many players above him, like in Man City, but now the pedestal in Man City is up there. I feel like this season he's proved himself why he's world class and why he needs to be in the Man City squad in order for them to go deep in the Champions League and make sure that they win the Premier League. What was it, 2 years in a row now? I think like 4 times in the last 5 years. It's unreal what Pep is doing with Man City, and how Bernardo Silva's actually been so good into that vision. Then let me go for my left winger. My left winger has to be one man, Allan Saint-Maximin. I feel like Allan Saint-Maximin, he's so good for Newcastle. I feel like without Allan Saint-Maximin in Newcastle, I don't know where Newcastle will be right now. They rely on him heavily. When Maximin played against Man United, he was ripping us apart. And Newcastle right now, they were bottom of the league at that time. And he's coming clutch. Even under Steve Bruce, whenever most Newcastle fans were so depressed to the core bottom, I like Mike Ashley as a fan, but like there was one person which they would love to watch, and that was Allan Saint-Maximin. And that's the reason why Allan Saint-Maximin is so good with his feet, and the scouting which they've done, Newcastle did to get him, was exceptional. And I feel like ever since what's his name, oh my God, what's the name not coming? Eddie Howe's coming to Newcastle. I feel like he's given that the leverage to Saint-Maximin to play that false 9 position and allow him to attack the best. And you can see after they've been getting some good wins. They recently beat Newcastle. They had Newcastle recently beat Leeds. They had a very good game against Man United. They've had a very good ever since they come in. They have a very good run of forms, and now they're getting out of the they're getting out of the relegation zone, and they can easily stay up. No, they can't easily stay up. It's a tough fight, but Saint-Maximin is a very underrated player, and I feel like he can be someone who can help them stay up. And then next year they can go for using the financial fair play, using that 270 million pounds which they can spend, get the right players in, and make sure they do better, because they got the Crown Prince, which is basically now Newcastle are gonna win the Champions League in 10 years probably, or win the FA Cup, or win the league. I've Kylian Mbappe signed, but if any club deserves that financial takeover, it was Newcastle. And I feel like Allan Saint-Maximin is a very underrated player. And then let's go on to my striker position. In my striker position, guys, I was contemplating a lot of things. For me, it has to be Jamie Vardy. I feel like Jamie Vardy is being very underrated this season. I feel like even though Leicester have been very trash, I feel like Jamie Vardy has been getting the goals. And Jamie Vardy has been very underrated for a lot of times. He's got 100 Premier League goals. He's been in the league, and everyone says, in a couple of years it's going to be over for him when his pace goes, everything this, that, or when this goes, that goes. But nothing's happened until now. His pace is still there. He's still doing bits for Leicester. He won a league with Leicester, and last season they were very close. He was a very crucial man he was very crucial for them to win the FA Cup. And then this year they're not at the best of seasons, but even then he's still been scoring goals, and that's what you need from a striker. Some strikers, when the team's not doing well, you can clearly see how it's affecting them, that they can't be getting the goals, they can't be getting this, they can't be getting the assists, the position might not be right, they might have an ego problem, they might have a problem with the gaffer. But Jamie Vardy, no matter who's in there, he's always going to be getting goals no matter what. And that's why I feel like Jamie Vardy forever is going to be not being put into, he's going to be a Premier League underrated striker, and that's why I put him underrated this season. So guys, that was my full 11. This was a quicker video. Normally with the gang would be here, but this time I just want to talk about the most underrated players this league. And I feel like I've put a good input. So guys, in the comments, put who do you think is the most underrated players in this league. Like, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I feel like my opinion is different to another person, and that's why having like debates with your friend is the best thing, because everyone has their own opinion. So guys, please like, subscribe, comment, and put in the description who's your best underrated 11. Use a 4-3-3 formation with the CDM, and please like, subscribe, comment, share it to your friends, and I'll see you later.